There is something strange about the human body, something so familiar that most people never stop to question it. Every second, millions of cells inside you are dying, right now. Not metaphorically, literally. Your skin is shedding. Your DNA is breaking apart and repairing itself. Your organs are slowly aging. Your muscles weaken over time. Your memory changes. Your bones lose density. And no matter how advanced science becomes, no matter how many discoveries humanity makes, one reality remains untouched. The body decays. Always. But here's the unsettling question. Why? Why would a body capable of healing itself also carry the instructions for its own destruction? Why would the same biological systems that keep us alive also guarantee our decline? And perhaps the strangest question of all, why does the Bible describe this reality thousands of years before modern biology even existed? Because hidden inside Scripture, scattered across ancient verses written in deserts, caves, and kingdoms long forgotten, is a disturbing idea. That decay was never accidental, that the human body was not simply designed to live, but designed to fade. And the deeper science looks into the body, the more some people believe it is uncovering something terrifyingly ancient, a blueprint, not just for life, but for corruption, for deterioration, for dust. Tonight, we are going deep into the collision between science and Scripture. 7 biological signs hidden inside the human body that seem to mirror ancient biblical truths about mortality, decay, and the fragile nature of human existence. And by the end of this journey, you may never look at your body the same way again. Because the closer we examine ourselves, the more it seems the Bible knew something all along, something humanity is only now beginning to understand. The first sign begins at the smallest level imaginable, your cells. Most people think of the body as stable, solid, continuous, but it isn't. You are constantly falling apart. Every day, billions of your cells die through a process scientists call apoptosis, programmed death. Think about that phrase carefully. Programmed death. Not random death, not accidental destruction, programmed destruction. Your body is literally running a biological script telling certain cells when to die. And without this process, you wouldn't survive. The body depends on controlled death in order to live. Old cells are removed, damaged cells self-destruct, potentially dangerous cells are eliminated before they spread. Inside you right now, microscopic sacrifices are happening every second. Tiny deaths, preserving temporary life. But here's where it becomes unsettling. The Bible describes humanity in almost the same way. Temporary, fading, corruptible, dust returning to dust. In Genesis, after the fall of man, death enters the human experience not merely as punishment, but as a condition woven into existence itself, a corruption spreading through creation. And strangely enough, biology agrees, because the body is not built for permanence, it is built for maintenance against collapse. Every moment of life is really a battle against breakdown, a controlled resistance against inevitable decay. You are not standing still biologically, you are surviving deterioration in real time. And the older you become, the harder the body struggles to hold the line. Now imagine ancient people writing about humanity returning to dust thousands of years before microscopes existed, before genetics, before molecular biology. How did they understand something so fundamentally true? Maybe they didn't understand the mechanics, but perhaps they understood the pattern. And the pattern is impossible to ignore.
The second sign is hidden deep inside your DNA. Inside nearly every cell in your body are structures called telomeres, tiny protective caps at the ends of chromosomes. And every time your cells divide, these telomeres become shorter, again, and again, and again, until eventually the cell can no longer divide properly. It ages, weakens, dies. In other words, your body is literally running a biological script telling certain cells when to die. And no matter how healthy you are, no matter disciplined, no matter how advanced medicine becomes, the clock keeps ticking. Scientists have spent decades trying to understand aging. Some believe telomeres may hold one of the deepest secrets because they reveal something chilling. Your body was never biologically intended to last forever. It contains limits, boundaries, and expiration written into the code itself. And when you hear ancient biblical phrases like "numbered are your days," they suddenly sound less poetic and more unsettlingly literal, as if mortality itself was embedded in human design from the beginning. But the mystery deepens even further, because the body doesn't merely age externally, it decays internally in silence. Long before wrinkles appear, long before hair turns gray, microscopic instability is already spreading beneath the surface. Proteins misfold, DNA mutates, cells lose efficiency. The body slowly accumulates error. And science has discovered something deeply disturbing. Perfect biological stability may be impossible. Entropy always wins. Everything breaks down eventually. Not only buildings, not only civilizations, not only stars, but flesh, especially flesh. And that brings us to the third sign, inflammation. At first, inflammation sounds harmless, useful even. When you are injured, inflammation helps the body heal. But modern science has uncovered a darker reality. Chronic inflammation slowly destroys the body from within. It damages organs, accelerates aging, contributes to heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, arthritis, and countless other conditions. Your own immune system, the thing designed to protect you, can slowly become part of your deterioration. The body fights itself. And once again, the parallels with Scripture become difficult to ignore. The Bible repeatedly describes humanity as divided within itself, a struggle inside human nature, a conflict woven into existence. The Apostle Paul once described the human condition almost like an internal war, the flesh resisting what is good, something fractured operating beneath the surface. And biologically, that is exactly what we see. The body is not perfectly unified. It is in constant tension, constant repair, constant resistance against itself. Your survival depends on systems balancing destruction and healing every moment of your life. Too little immune response, you die. Too much immune response, you die. The line between protection and destruction is frighteningly thin. And maybe that's part of the deeper message. Human life is fragile by design, not stable, not permanent, fragile. The fourth sign may be the most haunting of all. Your body remembers death. Not emotionally, biologically. Scientists have discovered that trauma, stress, fear, and suffering can leave measurable marks on the body itself, even at the genetic level. Severe trauma can alter stress responses, hormone regulation, immune function, even gene expression. Some studies suggest trauma can echo across generations, passed down biologically. Think about how strange that is. Pain leaving fingerprints inside the body, suffering becoming embedded beneath the skin, and suddenly ancient biblical language about generational suffering, inherited consequences, burdens carried through bloodlines begins to sound far less symbolic than people once assumed. The human body records damage, not just wounds you can see, but invisible wounds, hidden scars. And the deeper science explores the body, the more it discovers that human beings are not isolated biological machines. We are shaped by memory, experience, fear, loss. The body carries stories inside itself, sometimes for decades, sometimes for generations. Now pause for a moment, because this changes the way we see humanity entirely. We are not simply creatures that decay physically, we decay emotionally, mentally, spiritually. The breakdown touches every layer of existence. And maybe that's why the Bible speaks about restoration so often, because something inside humanity has been breaking for a very long time. The fifth sign is hidden in the brain itself. The human brain is astonishing. It can create.
And maybe, after everything we've uncovered tonight, that is the final revelation hiding beneath both science and Scripture. The human body is not merely a machine of flesh and blood. It is a living reminder. A reminder that life is fragile, temporary, mysterious. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every slowing heartbeat tells the same silent story. Time is moving. The body is fading. And yet, something inside us still reaches for eternity. Science can explain the chemistry of decay. It can map the genes, the cells, the biological clocks hidden deep within us. But it cannot fully explain why the human soul refuses to stop searching for meaning beyond death, why we fear losing time, why we long for permanence, why ancient words written thousands of years ago still resonate so deeply today. Maybe because somewhere within us we recognize the truth that we were made for more than dust alone. And perhaps that is why this ancient biblical warning still echoes across generations with such haunting power. You are dust, and to dust you shall return. Not as a message of hopelessness, but as a reminder to awaken, to reflect, to realize how precious life is. Because one day, every human heart will beat for the final time. And when that moment comes, what will remain? That question has